Now, if you're a beginner and you're not really too sure what to do in the gym, you're not too sure what to expect, then you come to the right place. My name's Towel. I'm here to tell you about my gym mistakes, my gym experience, and stuff that I wish I knew if I had started gym much earlier, and how you guys can prevent that and fast track your journey towards getting the right muscle growth, towards getting stronger and getting bigger and healthier. Cool, let's get into the video. The first gym mistake that I genuinely made was overtraining. Now, the main reason why I started gym in the first place was purely because I wanted to build strength. It wasn't for muscle growth, it wasn't for getting bigger or getting slimmer, it was just purely for strength. So the main thing that I was doing was tracking my strength. So I was increasing the weight and I was always increasing to the point where it was till failure. Overtraining till failure is a good thing, but you shouldn't overtrain till failure too soon. Because if you overtrain at the start initially, like if let's say if I have 4 sets, if I have to do 4 sets of 10 for a barbell bench press, and I work till failure for the first set, that means that the other sets that I previously do will be much harder to do. I think it's best to do the last, work till failure on the last set, just so that you can make the most of it and so you can actually get the reps and sets in of the other workouts. I believe you should always have a program as well. When the program definitely comes into place, I didn't have a program when I started. The main thing that I was going on was just willpower and not planning. That definitely did set me back a few years, maybe a few months, maybe even years. I definitely believe that setting a plan and tracking your progress is definitely a way to progress much quicker in the gym. Definitely should not make that mistake. Also with overtraining, I definitely overtrained other parts of the muscle group without I wanted to train more for strength. I didn't train certain parts of my body that was needed. One of the areas that I didn't train was my shoulders. So my shoulders started to lackluster on the rear delts, which is the back delts, not the front delts. Over the years, I've had to train that over time to recoup for different workouts such as deadlift, even just genuine pull-ups, and even the aesthetic side as well. After I've gotten a certain amount of strength, I wanted to see how I actually looked. I looked at my physique, I looked at my aesthetic, and I like what I looked in the mirror, but I wasn't quite too happy about my rear delt. So that's something I wanted to change, I needed to change. But if I had done so sooner, where I implemented a few workouts such as shoulder press or belt over rows, just different workouts like that, where I worked on heavier weights, doing more sets, more reps there, I definitely would have had to have that issue where I was overtraining on the shoulders. I definitely believe overtraining is a thing, and overtraining to the point where you're not recovering in enough time is definitely also an issue. I think any sort of overtraining just brings more problems and it slows down the progress in the gym. So if you want to get the quickest amount of progress as a beginner in the gym, then I definitely believe you should definitely plan, you should definitely not overtrain, and you should respond to your body. If your body is too tired and you need to recover, you need to spend more time focusing on the next video that I have right here about what to do to recover in the gym and to make sure that you can get back into the gym as soon as possible. Now, check out that video. After that, come back to this video and we can finish off from there. Now, for those of you that are still on this video, there were 2 other gym mistakes that I definitely made. One was training with an unserious partner. I had a partner that wanted to go gym but didn't want to go gym as much as I did. Nah, I don't think that's fair to say. I think he wanted to go gym as much as I did, but he wasn't as serious as I was when it came to the gym. He would distract me from time to time, or we'll just end up talking and chilling, and I just don't want to be one of those type of people that end up being in the gym, working out, and then end up taking a 20-minute break because I ended up talking about anime or fighting or something like that. I don't know. What's the next football game? I'm a Man U fan, by the way. I believe starting the gym sometimes by yourself is probably the best thing for some people. It was the best for me, but it might not be the best for everyone else. Some people work better in groups. If you do work better in groups, just make sure that your partner is serious and that they're on the same journey as you, or a similar journey, or they're just serious in general. I believe having that like-minded energy is something that's important to have, even if they're not working on the same workouts. Me having someone that wasn't as serious, wasn't as encouraging, wasn't as motivating, I was definitely getting more distracted. And over the course of a few months after I started making even any sort of gains, every time I meet him or meet up with any of my other friends, it become more of a PT session instead of a session where I'm trying to train for myself. They'll be like, "Oh, Tyler, how do you do this? Tyler, how do you do that?" I'm grateful that I'm in that position, but I came here to train. I didn't come here to be a PT. I came here to train. And last but not least, in terms of one of the major gym mistakes that I've personally made myself and that I hate the most, was dieting. Eating the right food, eating the right substances is always something that's going to be the most important thing within the gym. Arguably more important than working out in the gym itself. The previous mistake that I did was I didn't really know what was good to eat, what was not good to eat. I just chose to eat protein and just chicken specifically, which obviously led to eating issue where I just only ate chicken, and that was just about it. And that actually led to more problems in the future. What's most important is to have a balanced diet, a good amount of carbs, good amount of protein, good amount of fats. Just making sure that you have that balanced diet, that's so important in a workout. And make sure you have the right calorie intake as well. If you're trying to gain weight, you need to be on a calorie surplus. If you're trying to lose weight, you need to be on a calorie deficit. Calorie deficit is when the amount of calories you lose when working out is greater than the calories that you gain when eating food. Meaning that overall you'll be at net negative when it comes to your calorie intake. And that means you'll just therefore lose weight over time. And it's the opposite when you're trying to gain weight. You'll be a surplus of how much you eat and a deficit of how much you work out. As for me, in terms of eating before, I didn't regulate it properly. That definitely didn't help me progress majorly in the gym. Protein did get me far. It did get me to some sort of degree, but it definitely didn't get me where I wanted to be as quickly as I possibly can. And in this video, my goal is to help get you guys to get the goals that you want in the most quick, healthy and fast way possible. The main thing that I wanted to do was mainly get you guys to avoid the same mistakes that I did. So having a balanced diet is definitely key. One with eggs and high protein. Always advocate for eggs. If not eggs, tuna, fish. Definitely diversifying your diet definitely comes into place as well. Having a lot of rice, a lot of carbs, a lot of pasta. It's definitely healthy with broccoli and vegetables and fruits, bananas. It's definitely a much more healthy diet than what I did, which was just chicken. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys learned something new from this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and yeah, peace, stay bolo.